Benvenuto. Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking.
My name is Mark, and this is Matthew. Today, we're going to make a strawberry dessert. I don't really know what the name of it is. This is the dessert from my childhood. I'm sure everybody that was a kid in the 1970s has had this. As a matter of fact, it probably came on the Cool Whip. The recipe for it probably came on the Cool Whip top. But anyway, for the lack of a better name, that's what we're going to call it, a strawberry dessert. All right, this is quick, easy. It's a nice, cool, and fast summertime dessert. There's no baking required. There's almost nothing for you to do except cut up some strawberries and put it together. So for our recipe, we're going to need a pound of strawberries. All right, really the only piece of equipment we need for this is a knife, and we're going to need a blender. All right, you could do this in a blender or in a food processor. I don't use this blender often, so I thought, oh, let's try the blender. But anyway, we're going to puree our strawberries in the blender. You're going to need some sugar to sweeten the strawberries up a little bit. And here I've got a pound cake. Now, most recipes I have seen for this call for an angel food cake or a loaf-sized angel food cake. My mother always used pound cake. So I've tried it with angel food cake and it doesn't have that same nostalgic feeling for me. So I use a pound cake instead. But you could use angel food cake. And then we need some good old non-dairy whipped topping. I bought the extra creamy because I'm being fancy. So there is a little bit of real cream in there. But it's you know the name, guys. It's that wonderful non-dairy topping. Is it the best tasting thing in the world? Truthfully, I love it. Do you like Cool Whip? No? I love Cool Whip. I'd actually rather Cool Whip than whipped cream. But again, that's my generation. We grew up on Cool Whip. I have tried it using fresh whipped cream. I've also tried it, this recipe, using the squeeze bottle. To me, it breaks down much faster than I would want it, so it gets more liquidy. The Cool Whip, I think, gives it a little bit more consistency. But anyway, so guys, believe it or not, how many ingredients we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ingredients, and we're going to have a delicious, cool, refreshing summer dessert. We'll see you in a little bit, and we'll get it all together. Okay, so we're going to need a small square baking dish, preferably one with a cover if you've got it. If not, you'll just cover it with tin foil. Matthew has expertly chopped up our strawberries to finish up. So we've got a pound of strawberries, which should yield us about 2 cups, which is what we need. And it's that simple. We're just going to get those sliced, throw them in our blender. Then with our pound cake, this kind of depends, of course, if you wanted to double this recipe, double it. Do 2 pounds, do a cup of sugar, or however sweet you like the strawberries. If you're going to do 9 by 12, then you might need 2 loaves of pound cake or angel food cake, whichever one you prefer. I think this one will just take 1. I did get 2, but if I cut that in half, and half again, and I should get maybe, 3 slices? Oh yeah, so I think 1's going to be enough. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 6 slices, of course, out of that. And, maybe 1/4 of an inch to inch in size. All right, we can set this aside. Then we got a container of Cool Whip. I did kind of let this come to room temperature a little bit. Just it'll be easier to spread because we're going to spread it on the, so just make it a little bit easier. Cool Whip, one of the good things about using Cool Whip in a summertime dessert too is it's not going to go bad as fast as a real dairy product. It still will go bad in the heat, so you definitely don't want to just keep it out there in boiling sun, but it will last a little bit longer than a full whipped cream or sour cream or something like that. All right, so we got our, let's see how good this works. So we got a half a cup of sugar, more or less. I did taste the strawberries. I think they're gonna need the half cup. I ate one of them. All right, I'm not even quite sure if that's this. So this is probably directly, this isn't probably from the 70s, but it is probably from the 80s. I'm waiting for my nephew to buy me one of those really high-end Vitamix ones.
We'll get right on that.
But we very seldom use the blender. Now I know this has got a pulse thing on it. I wonder. I think we're gonna have to get in there and move those around a bit. Get going there. There we go. Getting better. Because if I had used my food processor, we'd be done by now. But I figured everybody might not have a food processor. And this is, my mother always used the blender. There we go. So we want to get that fairly smooth. So we want it pureed, so it should be smooth. Now we smell the strawberries. So easy. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. I'm just going to taste it. That's delicious. All right. So, like I said, it should make us just about 2 cups, which I just did. Just about made 2 cups.
Yep.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. So, assembly is even easier. Let me give you a spoon, Matt. You hold on to that. Let's put this and this behind us. All right, so I'm going to take just a little bit of this. And Matt, if you would, maybe about a couple teaspoons. Going to spread that around the bottom first. So that's going to start our first layer. And I just want a little bit of juice on the bottom. So, because of course our pound cake is going to nicely absorb all of our nice, that's delicious. Taste that. I think it's good. Smells good, huh? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to start with our 2 end pieces because I think those are going to look the most unattractive. Now, I want to get this full, and I'd like to be able to get 2 layers, and I think we just might, right? And if you're going to push them down a little bit, that's fine. You know, just squeeze them in. Nobody's going to notice that. Oh, that's perfect. All right. Squeeze that one in down there. Get in there. Okay, so then, Matt, if you want, so we're going to need about a cup for each layer. Well, if you would spread that on there nice and evenly all over our little cakes. See, could this be any easier? Look at that beautiful red color. Beautiful. And I wouldn't even mind, we'll leave those couple little spots there because we want it to look homemade. It is homemade. Well, as homemade as you can get, I suppose, right? Using all store-bought ingredients. All right, so then if you take your Cool Whip, I found the easiest way. You kind of dot around. And what do you think, Matt? Think you can get this gently spread all over?
I think so.
You want to use that spoon? All right. So depending upon how much Cool Whip you want, you're probably going to use between 1 and 2 tubs of it. It'll be in the printed recipe, of course. Get your Cool Whip as close to the sides as you can and spread out. When you cut it, you want a taste of everything. So, of course, the our nice strawberry puree is gonna soak into our cakes. That's good, I think. I'm gonna get this corner over here, maybe to a little. There you go, perfect. Because we can put the other layer of and push it all down. All right, and then if we just take our last little layer, give it a little push, gonna even everything out. And also, because I do want to be able to get the cover on here. Look at that. Yummy. When I told Matthew we were going to do a video with him this weekend, he said, what are we going to make? He said, oh, I said, oh, we're going to do pound cake with it. He said, oh, we're going to make a nice. I said, no, everything is store-bought. And it is.
Can it be made with fresh pound
You
cake?
could, if you want to make a fresh pound cake, by all means. I don't know if I've ever made a fresh pound cake. I'm sure I have, yeah. But,
It's one of the easiest cakes
yeah.
to make.
But then you're going to, and then top it with Cool Whip. Now, if I was making a beautiful, luscious strawberry shortcake with pound cake, maybe, with real whipped cream and a little bit of vanilla and sugar. All right, you can do the honors and spread the rest of that on there. But for this dessert, it's meant to be a quick, easy, fun to make summer dessert. Anybody could do this. Your kids could do this. Of course, if you're covered well, it travels really well. You can take this as a, if you're going to somebody's house for a barbecue or potluck or something, it travels really well once it's set up, once it gets in the refrigerator for a few hours. It's not going to be like a hot liquid that's going to be sloshing all over your car. And I would say because Matthew was so generous with the Cool Whip on the first layer, which I guess it was, actually I did put it there, right? I think we're going to end up using more than one because I want him to be able to spread this out. But typically, you should be able to do this with 1 tub of Cool Whip. But I put too much on that one. All right, let's see, Matthew, if in that drawer behind you, right on, oh, maybe it'll be easier for me to find it. Let's see, do we have an offset spatula right here someplace, don't we? Not in this one. Let me check the other one. I'm just thinking it might be easier to spread it. There we go. Try that. Might be easier to spread that with than a spoon. What do you think? Easier or no?
It will be easier.
I love Cool Whip. And that's really all there is to it. Matthew will get that spread around nicely. We can even put that, like I said, my Cool Whip's a little softer because I let it come to room temp, but we can go back and do another spread around once it's been in the refrigerator. But that's really it, guys. Now I'd get that spread out nicely, and you want to put it in the refrigerator. It wouldn't really be at least a couple hours. Cover it, put it in the refrigerator, cover it with saran wrap or whatever you've got, and you want to put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours. The strawberry puree will start to get absorbed, and then you have a nice, cool, refreshing summer dessert. All right, we'll see you guys in a few hours. Good job. Okay, our strawberry dessert, mock strawberry shortcake, has been chilling in the refrigerator for several hours now. I'd say we would probably let it go for about 4 or 5 hours. I'd recommend a minimum of 2, longer the better. And we just got done eating some burgers and hot dogs and all the fixins, so we're ready for dessert. Let's give it a taste. Come on.
This is terrible.
Yeah, worst thing ever.
Very funny.
No, this is delicious. This is really good.
Just
Yeah.
nice.
Disregard this video.
Just nice, easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's actually not all that expensive to make. It's nice and cool and refreshing.
That's good.
Very good.
Delicious. I hope that you all have enjoyed watching this video as much as we've enjoyed making it for you all. Hopefully you'll try this and you add it to your list of reliable recipes.
Please like and subscribe and check out cherryhillhomecooking.com. And I'd like to thank my nephew Matt here for helping out.
You're very welcome.
So,
Bye. Bye.
yummy.
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Makes
It's
a light
good
too.
for,
For a simple recipe.
for
It
and
works.
quick, easy. I mean, this is one of those things. If you found out you can go to a cookout tomorrow, you could run to the store. What are we going to throw together really quick?
Yep.
Throw it together and bring it with you. It'll be a big day.
I mean, it's basically almost like strawberry.
There it is. It's basically strawberry shortcake. Yeah. It is strawberry shortcake. Well,
That's exactly what it is.
Although usually a shortcake biscuit is it's a biscuit. It's not a sweet
Right.
bread. So
True.
it's a little bit different in that respect. Because you'd only be getting the sweetness from the strawberries and the sauce that goes with it. Huh? I think it is delicious. I love how the strawberry glaze is going to set up in the refrigerator too. Okay. Strawberry dessert, take 1. Maybe we should have Matthew say it. Benvenuto. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have him say it, and then I'll say, my name is Mark. So you're going to say, Benvenuto, welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. Benvenuto, welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking.
Benvenuto. Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking.
Better than that, though. And more enthusiastic. Take 2. Take 2.
Benvenuto. Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking.
My name is Mark.